welcome back to Zero Production Value Movie Reviews. My name is Hoernke, and today I'm going to be discussing the 2020 film Underwater, directed by William Eubank. This film is a disaster, and not in the way the filmmakers intended. It's a disaster thriller monster movie starring Kristen Stewart. What is it about Kristen Stewart's selection process? Because she manages to pick some bad movies to be in. And I don't think she's actually that horrible of an actress, but she just is not in some good movies. So this takes place on an undersea drilling platform rig kind of place, like an undersea station. Think space station underwater. Not only underwater, but on the ocean floor. And not only on the ocean floor, at the bottom of the Mariana Trench. As in, this is man's extreme way of attempting to still extract fossil fuels from the earth as they become less and less available, I suppose. We have to go to places where we haven't been able to go before. So like I said, we begin with Kristen Stewart, who stars as a mechanical engineer on said undersea drilling rig platform, named Norah. You know you're in trouble when pretty much all your exposition for the movie is clip arted over the opening credits. Like, it kind of reminded me of because Godzilla did a similar thing. Well, I think the second Godzilla. But it's like the opening credits are rolling and it's, flashing with these like news clip things, news printings of like, the location of the drill rig. We're denying comment. There's been an accident. There's been mysterious happenings. All this stuff. And then we enter with Kristen Stewart's Norah on the platform, and the reason they do this is because they don't leave much time for it in the actual movie, because they hit the ground pretty much running, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but you kind of have to then work it into the narrative structure, and they really just don't. But in any case, we get with Kristen Stewart's Norah, and almost immediately the world implodes, figuratively and literally, as at that depth, the extreme pressure, cold, and darkness are all malevolent forces. And this I could say space station. It's almost like a space station. This undersea station is rocked by an earthquake or some phenomenon. We're gonna go with earthquake to start out with, but as you can tell, this isn't gonna be one of those movies. But something damages the platform rig, and Kristen Stewart is forced to quickly abandon it and cordon it off, sealing off who knows how many people, which gives her a little bit of pause. But in any case, she stumbles across a plucky, wayward band of other survivors. Not very many, like 5, 6 in total, and I don't even know if listing the cast is worthwhile, because nobody really does anything here. Vincent Castle is kind of the leader, although the Kristen Stewart character is our main hero / protagonist. T.J. Miller shows up as sort of that, what T.J. Miller does is sort of comic relief character thing, as he's carrying around a stuffed animal everywhere he goes amidst all this danger. I guess that's supposed to be humorous and funny and endearing. So this plucky band of survivors gathers together, and they're like, oh, well, we need to get from here to here, some place in the thing to some other place in the thing, and we're going to trudge across the bottom of the ocean floor in some impressively designed suits. I don't know if the technology exists to put man in a suit to walk across the literal bottom of the ocean, like, I don't remember how many miles down, but it's a ways. 6 miles, 5, 6 miles down, it's a ways. I don't think the science exists. But, like I said, this is a science fiction horror thriller movie. So let's do what we want. And then, in the midst of that, they begin to realize that, oh, this isn't an earthquake disaster movie. This is a science fiction monsters disaster movie. Which is, completely derivative plot. How many times have we seen that kind of story? We drilled too deep and we tapped into something we've never seen before, and all of a sudden it reveals this bad thing, bad creature, bad whatever, that is usually extremely bad for the cast of all, or at least most of the characters involved in the plot. It was in The Lord of the Rings, for crying out loud. That's how the dwarves of Moria delved too deep and unleashed Balrog. Just saying. We've seen it before. So these horror monsters are there, and of course they start picking off the crew one at a time, and it just becomes this, they have the exterior challenge and horror of the bottom of the ocean, and the challenge of the monsters, and it's just, who's going to get killed, how many are going to die, and how are they going to ultimately escape. Man, this narrative is just sloppy and derivative and just cobbled together. It's all over the place. Special effects are actually somewhat serviceable, but it's the setting, because it's dark, is just, when stuff in action starts happening, you just can't see, you can't really get a sense of what's going on very well. Narratively, this is all over the place and just not cohesive. There were times that they're doing stuff and I'm like, I don't even know what's going on in the story. It's just, I struggle to even look for a redeemable quality in this movie, and about the only thing I can maybe say is that I wasn't expecting it to be that good. I kind of was hoping it was going to be maybe something a little good, because I like this style movie. I remember back in, it was the late 80s, the early 90s, like Deepwater 6, or Deep Star 6, and Leviathan, those monster movies that dealt with monsters underwater and finding these hidden monsters. Once again, more derivative plot that this movie has sussed up. But yeah, not very much redeemable in this at all whatsoever. You can pretty much, maybe you can watch it and be mildly entertained, but it's really just an awful mess of a movie. So, overall, I'm going to give Underwater a D-. I love you. I appreciate you. Thanks for watching my movie review. As always, I'm Eric Hoernke, rhymes with turnkey, and this has been a production of Zero Value.